How's it going, everyone? Rush the Zeppelin here once again. In case you haven't heard the news, things have escalated even more since even UMass and Triggerly Puff. Um, Apparently, Milo spoke at University of DePaul in Chicago this time, and things are getting even more out of hand on this. I'll let the video evidence speak for itself.
I mean, I mean, hello, darling.
Sir,
Do you need
please,
some
sir.
help?
Sir,
Do you need
please.
some help?
Sir, please.
We'd like to ask you to please.
Sir, please.
We good.
You know, it was certainly easy to laugh at a lot of these people at the previous Milo events before, but I can't really do that in this particular case because things are obviously escalating at least one step closer to actual physical violence. As we see the young lady initially rushed on stage and managed to grab the microphone pretty violently from the person hosting the event for Milo. And on top of that, almost immediately afterwards, tried to deck Milo. In addition to that, this other gentleman, I don't really want to call him a gentleman, actually threatened to deck Milo as well if he continued to speak his quote unquote nastiness. Yeah, these people honestly have me worried. If there's anybody that's going to be leading the social justice warriors into actual physical violence, unfortunately, it's probably going to be Black Lives Matter. They have had quite a history, especially there in the city of Chicago, as well as other places, of actually inciting physical violence and destruction of public and private property, obviously, without too much to stop them. Unfortunately, this is kind of starting to look like the beginnings of the Chinese Youth Brigade, to be honest.
And marching forward courageously. The red torrents of the great proletarian cultural revolution are sweeping the country and shaking the whole world. Chairman Mao says,
Certainly, one of the worst parts about this as well is the fact that the university actually sat back and basically did nothing. And this is after, in fact, that the university demanded a few days before the event that the college Republicans actually pay for extra security, which was going to run up a bill of, I believe Milo said something about $3,000, which actually Milo ended up covering himself because the college Republicans had not, they did not have a chance to actually raise that kind of money in the short period of time that they would have been able to. And these people literally sat back and did nothing. And this was actual after actual specific credible threats of violence being levied at Milo. They sat back, did nothing. The university, in fact, also actually instructed the police not to do anything as well, which is just, it's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I think it's safe to say there's going to be a decent amount of backlash now at DePaul, but I really don't know how this is going to go, to be honest. Certainly, I think that's our best course of action at this point. If you have children, please be paying attention to which universities are really handling this poorly, and do not send your kids there. That's the only way this is even has a hope of being able to be stopped, is if we're actually able to financially ostracize these institutions. I think the worst part about this as well is we likely have not seen the worst of the escalation. In fact, Milo still has about another 5 months worth of tour stops to do on his Dangerous Faggot tour. And that includes actually the next 6 stops, which are in California, which I have a feeling are going to be rather interesting. In addition to that, we also have November coming up, and lately the polls have been showing a dead heat between Hillary and Trump, and to be quite to be quite fair, the polls have not been doing a very good job of predicting Trump in the least lately. So I kind of I'm leaning towards the side that Trump is more than likely going to have this election, and so likely either in November whenever he's elected or in January whenever he's inaugurated. I I'm not I'm not hopeful for any kind of peace at that point. I have a feeling that we're probably going to see a couple full-scale riots break out in a lot of major cities, especially places such as Chicago, a lot of cities within California, a lot of other liberal hotbeds, maybe New York. It's really hard to say, but I have a feeling Black Lives Matter is probably going to be stirring up a lot of trouble with a lot of the other social justice warriors around the time that this happens. Certainly interested to hear what everybody else's thoughts are on what seems like a unfortunately rather tenuous situation. So please comment below, and I also highly encourage y'all to actually share this video and actually the original video with anybody who has kids that are looking to go into college right now, because we really need to be careful with what's going on with this. I guess until next time, this is Rush the Zeppelin signing out.